actually work directly on this one, but I think maybe your listeners will be interested in it. There was a whole research program for a few years that was about kind of gender equality and trying to improve outcomes for women in particular. And one of the big bits of work they did quite a few really impactful bits of work, but one was around an experiment with a big recruiting platform. I think it was Indeed. And they basically changed the default on the hiring manager kind of page so that jobs would be automatically defaulted into being advertised as flexible working being possible. So if you're the hiring manager, you can still turn that off, but you don't have to kind of think, am I going to go and put the effort into turning it on? So anyway, tons more jobs then got advertised as being flexible. And then we measured the effect of that on whether that attracted more women candidates, essentially. And it turned out that women are way more likely to apply to these jobs. So these jobs get way more applicants, and that difference is explained by women applying when they wouldn't do otherwise. So it's a really good example of how, people who are sort of excluded from the workforce because of like very trivial, decisions like, should I turn on or off the flexible working thing, when you're actually perfectly happy to offer flexible working. It's a good example of how something like that can really affect a large swathe of the workforce. Or another example is they ran an experiment looking at if you have a career break on your CV, so maybe in particular this career break was taking time out to do childcare, if you just reformat your CV so that you just have the duration that you worked in each job. So you say, I worked for 2 years here, I worked for 3.5 years here, rather than saying between 2003 and 2006 I was working here. So you just put the duration, not the dates in. Then it massively improves your chances of getting a call back when you apply for a job relative to if you put something in that highlights the fact you had a gap.